I mean, I don't think, I don't think moms would be happy with it. Dads probably won't be happy. My preacher, my wife. A lot of people will be disappointed, but, that's just, it felt right. Whew. Wow. Now, that was a football game. It's gonna be tough to sleep tonight, boys, because I'm a little riled up right now.
Yeah, take us through what you thought about the end of that game.
I mean, just, unbelievable finish. The last 8 minutes of the game, Kansas City just has a classic, take their time, go down, have a 6-minute drive to take the lead by 4. Mahomes is making plays, get the touchdown there, scrambling, throwing, hitting Kelsey on the over route. And then Jacksonville, I mean, what can you say? Trevor Lawrence, a minute 45. Hits the go route down the right sideline, the Brian Thomas Jr. I mean, that's just a big-time moment right there in third down, between your new head coach, who's offensive coordinator, trusting your quarterback. Can you go make a play in this critical situation in the fourth quarter on 2-minute drive, and then getting down there to the 2-yard line? And the worst thing that could possibly happen right there, it's like, all right, it's third down, you got no timeouts. Or it's first down, you got no timeouts though, and you get stepped on and you're on the ground as a quarterback. You're like, all right, this is not where I need to be right here. I can't get tackled down here. You might not, you only get one other play left, so gets up, probably think he's going to throw it away, ends up running for a touchdown. Just, you couldn't draw that up or write that in a script and anybody would believe it.
Fred Warner with you towards the end of that game for the last sort of few series. A lot of great reaction having him on there. What's it like having a defensive guy like him, current player out there watching the game with you and Peyton?
Yeah, Fred's unbelievable. Obviously one of the best defensive players in the NFL right now, has been for the last couple of years. And you can tell just his smarts and just his knowledge of the game, what's going on. You can see every question. I mean, he's thinking about every scenario. The good and bad of playing man versus zone or what you want to do. So he was awesome. So I think it's always fun to get a defensive guy kind of confirm what Peyton and I think we know about defense. But obviously I know a lot more than Peyton, so it's good for me to kind of prove that Peyton really doesn't know that much.
Probably the best game of the year you guys have had on the ManningCast. You're a quarter way through this schedule. How do you feel about the show's progress so far this season?
I feel like I think the show's going good. We've had kind of breaks between sometimes. It's like having multiple off weeks in the course of the season. So, it can be hard to get into that rhythm. You kind of do one or week off, but I think some of our scripts were good. Kind of the eye, looking off with your eyes. I intercepted Peyton. I got to do a little touchdown dance. That was kind of off script. Kind of pulled that. That wasn't in the rehearsal. That didn't go that way. Added the touchdown, the pass involved on my side so I could do my touchdown celebration. I've always wanted to intercept Peyton. It's never happened, mainly because I never got to play defense. But so that was good. But I thought, when you get a good game, that's really what's most important. And we got a good game.
Speaking of demos, you did Peyton did that wet ball drill. I think Brandon Stokely was over there with him doing that drill, and then you chimed in that you didn't have to do those with O'Hara. You kind of aired him out a bit on sort of his sweaty nature. What was that all about?
I mean, O'Hara can't be mad. I should be mad at him the amount of times he was just sweating all over my hands. That's disgusting. Like, my hands are in a very kind of weird place, and every time I get the football, I have a wet ball. Like, all practice throwing a wet ball every single day of my 8 years that I played with him. So I'm not mad about it. He should be apologizing to me for the torture and discomfort and disgusting kind of situation I was put in for 8 years. So he obviously I made him change his pants at halftime. Sometimes I did it because I needed it. Sometimes I did it just to get revenge on him. I wanted him to see him laying there on his back, spread eagle, legs in the air, and 2 equipment managers yanking the pants off, sometimes having to cut it. They couldn't get it over the cleats, which were spatted, so he couldn't untape it. But really, the really fun part is the pants over the cleats on that wet, sweaty body, the dry pants. Like, it doesn't work well. It's not a smooth transition. It's really just disappointing that I never got it on film.
Speaking of film, Glen Powell on tonight playing Chad Powers, new series based on your character. Looking at him tonight on the broadcast, you feel like you're looking at yourself in the mirror.
Yeah, it was actually strange. I'm looking at the kind of TV, and I have like Peyton's in one screen, Glen's in the other. I was like, wait, why am I in the screen? I'm just looking at myself. Wait, I'm not wearing that shirt. I'm not wearing a wife beater tonight under my shirt. So why is it up there? So it's confusing. We're both just so good looking. It's amazing how good looking we both are, really. So it's great to have Glen and aka Chad. I've forgiven him from stealing my job. I mean, I create this character, I take it viral, and then he just comes and swoops right in. It's like, no, I'm Glen Powell, I'll be Chad now. And you're like, oh, okay, I guess that's how it works in showbiz. So I'll just stick to calling football games.
Chad Powers debuted at #1 on Hulu last week, and this week you make a cameo in an episode. How much pressure do you feel is on your performance?
Well, I mean, obviously this will probably be the most watched episode on Hulu history, episode 3 of Chad Powers, because of my performance. Worked a lot, hired an acting coach, hired a voice coach. So I had to nail this. This is just a lifelong dream of playing myself in a show about football. So I think I did, but you'll have to watch and find out. It should be out in a few hours.
Yeah, Eli, one of your 6 words in that cameo was a curse word. After the double bird season 1 of ManningCast, you consider yourself the bad boy of the ManningCast?
Yeah, Jim McMahon was one of my favorite quarterbacks growing up, and so I mean, I don't think moms would be happy with it. Dads probably won't be happy. My preacher, my wife, a lot of people will be disappointed, but that's just it felt right. It felt right. It wasn't in the script. I added some word, but I think it's going to be overall for my acting career and the trajectory where I want to go, and winning an Emmy for Best Supporting Actor in a drama comedy series. This is where I needed to be.
And just lastly on Glen, seemed to make a lot of excuses about his quarterback play by just blaming coconut oil. You ever heard that excuse before?
I've heard a lot of excuses. Receiver ran the wrong route, offensive line can't block, bad play call. I thought you were going to do one of these. I thought, that. But coconut oil, that's a first. I don't know. I'm not buying it, obviously. I think he was just nervous trying to throw in front of Tom Cruise. He's probably trying to throw it too hard. That's what a lot of young quarterbacks, inexperienced quarterbacks do. They get around someone who can throw it harder than them, and they try to throw it too hard, and bad things happen. So that was probably the excuse.
Another guest we had, Heidi Gardner, big Chiefs fan. She predicted a Chiefs touchdown when they got down to the red zone, but it turned into a pick 6.
Yeah.
Among all-time great broadcast calls, where do you think her no, not that ranks?
Well, there's obviously Al Michaels in the '80 Olympics, and the hockey. There's that's probably number 1. I guess Heidi's probably number 2. I mean, I can't think of another one that would beat that. So she's obviously got a knack for broadcasting. Wouldn't be surprised she took Peyton's job for the second half of this season.
And how about her reaction? Played that a few times. Looked like you and Peyton were really getting a good laugh at that one.
Yeah, the reaction is. I mean, we've seen Peyton's reaction so many times, and just the no. I mean, that's kind of what he's doing. He usually grabs what's left of his hair, kind of situation. But I mean, Heidi, you can tell the fandom, the love she has for the Chiefs, and that was the total opposite. She really wanted to get on the perfect prediction panel. I think that's why she was probably so mad.
Eli, I looked like you were pretty excited to share the picture of Trevor Lawrence with Peyton's hair. Is that something we anticipate seeing more often this season, you think?
I think it's one of the great all-time pictures. I have it framed in my bedroom of Peyton and or Trevor with Peyton's hair. I just imagine Peyton. That's what I imagine. I have just Trevor going into a barbershop and it's like, give me the Peyton, and they'd be like, I'm not doing that. I mean, you can ask this guy, but I refuse to cut your beautiful hair and make it look like that. I could not do it. No one would ever do that. It's just too funny that why anyone would want that haircut, including Peyton. especially Trevor Lawrence with the flowing blonde locks.
Oh, last one for you, Eli. You're off here next week. Come back October 27th for Commanders versus Chiefs. Any big plans in the upcoming bye weeks?
Yeah, this bye week comes at a good time. We got a big hockey tournament in Rhode Island, so that's for Caroline, my 10-year-old. So we'll get a lot of ice time coming up. So I probably wouldn't even have time to prepare and study and watch film all weekend. So I'll be watching 10-year-old girl hockey, and yeah, that'll be a good little break, refresh the mind, come back, recharge for this stretch of 6 games in a row.
Yeah, and I know obviously Halloween coming up. You got 4 kids. Halloween's probably the biggest holiday there is for kids. Like, are we in full Halloween mode yet, or we're not quite there?
Yeah, we're getting some of the kids are wearing some of the costumes. You kind of go through situations where, yeah, I know what I want to be, mom and dad. I want to be, I want to be a big red dog or something, and then you get the costume. They start wearing it around the house. They wear it on the weekends. They see their friends. All of a sudden, you get a week before Halloween. They're like, I've already worn that too much. I need another costume. So, we'll see. Charlie's been wearing a lot of uniforms, different players. He's got a lot of jerseys. He's got some new X-Tech pads he's been wearing. He's fired up about that. I thought he was going to go as Bo Jackson, just have the pads on, maybe the bat over the back, show off the biceps. So, we'll see. He's got to get in the weight room. He's going to do that. So we got a lot of options, a lot of time before Halloween, and we officially pick our costumes.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Eli.
Thank you. That was fun. See you all in a few weeks. Oh, I just got stuck.